Alex, you must be pleased with that knock. First chance back in this ODI side?
Yeah, it's great to win games of cricket for Australia, especially over here against a good team. And I guess, the situation required a bit of batting for a while, and then, the way that Hoff stuck around, he does a great job at doing that. And then, I probably thought 280, 285, maybe 300 is probably where we wanted to be, but to get to 270, we saw England's bowling innings. There was a bit there with the new ball, and that was the plan, to take wickets up front, and Hazelwood and Stark back in's a nice two bowlers to bring back into that lineup on a wicket like this.
It seems like that's something you've become quite good at, is batting with the lower order, I guess, from a few test experiences as well. Is that something you feel quite confident in doing? Obviously not ideal situation, but something that you've done quite well.
Oh, I think the game it's laid out in front of you when that happens. Especially when you're batting with number 9. We were pretty clear on the plan, and there's obviously got to be some dot balls, and we were fine with that. We're able to rotate the strike at the end of the over and do it for a partnership of around 50. So at times it's nice. Like I said, the game can be laid out in front of you when there's sort of only one situation to go about it.
Is there anything you've been sort of working on with your ODI batting sort of in the period sort of out of the team?
Oh, I think just touching up on my skills. Yeah, I've had a fair bit of time off, which has been nice. I've been at home. I've had probably the longest break I've had since I've played professional cricket now. And to spend that time with the family, 2 young kids, it brings a lot of energy back into you. And I was very excited to get over here. Not that I wanted to get away from the family, but to come back and play some cricket. The break's been great, like I said, to spend some time with the South Australian team, a little bit of franchise stuff as well, and now to come back here, and our summer starts as soon as we get home. So it's a nice little lead into that.
And there's a few sub-fielders utilised throughout the innings.
Yeah.
Wrong, or just a few guys resting up?
No, I think everyone's all good this game. We have been a little bit under the weather, but touch wood, the 11's got through. But it's been great to expose those guys. Jake Fraser-McGurk, Cooper Connolly, Hardy obviously played. You got Marley Beardman there as well, who's getting time on the field. I remember when I first ran into the field, I was very nervous. So the more they can do it, the better for us.
Alex, you've had a nice break, as you say, but I think it's your first innings of any sort since March. Is it difficult to
you're right,
get back into the rhythm straight away?
Yeah, well, look, I've had a fair bit of time just to bat in the nets, and I haven't done that for a little while. So to get back into the game scenario was great. It was a fair bit of spin to play against, and at the moment Adelaide's a little bit cold and wet, so there's not really spinning wickets back home. And no, I think although it's been close to 6 months, it doesn't feel that long. I think once you get out there and the competitive juices come back, it feels like just the other day. So it was nice. I felt fresh, felt pretty fresh behind the stumps, and excited to be back in this team.
I was going to ask you, a decent grab.
Yeah.
At Livingstone, you saw that one all the way, did you? Or?
Yeah, I did actually. Yeah, it's not a nice way to get out, unfortunately, but it's nice to be the keeper when you hold on to him.
Alex, just wondering, you say you haven't obviously played cricket for quite some time, but when you're approaching ODI cricket and you have been playing a lot of T20 cricket, franchise cricket, whatever it is, what is the key for you in adjusting to the rhythm of ODIs specifically?
Not much. No, I feel like one-day cricket, it's very role-specific, and before I walk out to bat, normally the game's unfolding in front of me and there's scenarios to navigate through, and today it was, just bat for a while, so there was no scoreboard pressure in terms of overs. T20 cricket, I think the guys just love playing that higher tempo, and you can bring that back into ODI at times, but just being aware of scenarios, and today for me it was just to spend some time. There was lots of overs left, we were losing a few wickets, so it didn't require me to sort of up the tempo at all to that T20 mode.
And just, obviously back at home, the way that the domestic 50-over comp has been played in the past few years, very much that sort of concentrated. How do you find playing in that? Do you find that competition helpful for you when it comes to playing ODI cricket?
Oh, look, we don't play a lot in the Australian summer, but I feel like, personally, I feel like I've played enough to have the experience when I walk out to bat to understand situations. I think the more games, the younger guys can play, the better. I think it starts tomorrow in Australia, so that's exciting. But there's enough white ball cricket. I think there's enough correlation there in T20 cricket and one-day cricket, and then you go and play first-class cricket. So you combined it all. You need batsmanship, you need that power, you need the skill, and you need to understand situations. So I feel like there's definitely enough opportunities for our young players to build a great one-day batting template. Yeah.
You got the reception you probably expected at Johnny Bairstow's home ground. Does that steal you when you go out to bat? Do you just shut it out, or how do you?
Yeah, I was aware of it, but no, I think it's business as usual. As soon as you get into your little routine, you block out as much as you can, and you start to get into your innings. I think most batters, a lot of that noise sort of disappears, and you're quite focused, and that's the headspace that I like to get into. But yeah, no, it's one of those things, isn't it? I think Smudge gets it all the time. I was prepared to probably get it today, and it happened, so fair play.
Alex, England are struggling a bit in 50-over cricket. I think that's probably fair to say. You played against them when they were right at their pomp in 2019. Do they feel a different team when you're playing them out in the middle in this format?
Oh, yes and no. No, I mean, not much has to change for everything to change, though. It's still a very good list of players who are highly skilled, who can put a lot of runs on the board on their day, and a good bowling attack as we saw today with the experience of Rash leading that attack. But that's one-day cricket too, I think. Your momentum's pretty key, and at the moment we've got the momentum. I've been a part of this team that hasn't had it, and you're trying to find ways to get it back. And they're a highly skilled young group of players, and like I said, they've got some big threats there. So we've got to keep our momentum going.
Is there a secret you'd share to getting it back?
Oh, nah. No, I think for us at the moment, it's just keep trusting each other in the group. We're all very clear on our roles. The boys at the top go out and try to whack them, and then our bowling attack's got a lot of experience, led by Stark, Hazelwood, Zampa, who find ways to I guess have their plans, execute. If it's not quite working, change things up subtly, and we had that success again today.
Your fielding is outstanding and has been consistently for a while. Can you put your finger on what that's down to? Is it the trainer? Is it training? Is it just the individuals? What is it?
Yeah, I think what we've done really well is had the players in the right positions as well. Having the boys that are highly skilled in the outfield in those areas, and our great catchers in those areas. And I think the boys are really fit to move around and making sure that they're in the hot spots when they need to be. But yeah, certainly the guys do work hard on their fielding. In all formats, it's pretty crucial. So we understand that as a part of batting and bowling, fielding can win games of cricket. So it's one of those things. I think the guys set really high standards for themselves, and they keep themselves pretty accountable to that.